The Los Angeles Lakers tried to trade Nick Young in each of the past 2 seasons, but were unable to find a team willing to deal for him. The Lakers will likely attempt again this offseason. Young's production has dropped, and he's now been involved in an off-the-court issue with D'Angelo Russell, who the Lakers consider one of the members of their core. Young hasn't been himself around the team since the issue became public. He's been a little bit more, I wouldn't say standoffish, but he's been probably a lot quieter than Nick normally is, Byron Scott says. This is according to RealGM.com. And bottom line is, Nick Young must go. Not so much because of, let's just erase the whatever the incident is. It's just the incident is more so a cherry on top. Nick Young hasn't even played during the season, and a lot of times when you have situations like this that arise, because situations like these happen on sports teams, it's just, it doesn't get leaked out to the media. Usually they keep it in-house. However, Nick Young, just, it's no point in him being on the team. It's better that they try to trade him and maybe get a second round pick or whatever they can get for him. But, you know, you write it out for the remainder of the season. But if you decide to keep D'Angelo Russell, which the Lakers look to do, you're just going to have to go ahead and just say, you know what, Nick Young, it's nothing personal. It's just that type of energy every day. You know, when a person has negative energy, rightfully so, he has his negative energy, he's going to be salty about it. Putting out tweets and all of this stuff, it doesn't help the situation. The situation is already is what it is. But Nick Young, the bottom line that we all can agree, no matter whether you take a Nick Young side or you take a D'Angelo Russell side, is that Nick Young must go, right? And it's nothing personal. It's just that when you have issues like this, I mean, if this was NFL, you know, Nick Young would have been cut from the team. But the thing is, you know, that's not how it works in the NBA. They did have a thing where they had an amnesty clause or whatever, but I think you could only use it one time, or maybe they could use a stretch provision because they didn't do it with Nash. So maybe they could use a stretch thing, but they're not a fan of using the stretch provision. But we all agree that Nick Young, he has to go. He has to get off the team. And it's not basically, when you got to look at it from a business standpoint. The Lakers are looking at it like, look, this is our young core, and we can't disrupt that off of something immature. You know, because the situation is really immature. It's just, you know, Nick Young has to go. That's the bottom line. It's like, hey, I'm sorry, you know, whatever happened, but it's just not going to. The Lakers aren't going to do any good having him on the team. I seen a thing on Lakers Nation where D'Angelo Russell was being interviewed, and he was being interviewed, and I'm trying to put it up on my phone, but D'Angelo Russell, he was being poked by the reporter. The reporter was asking him, "Hey man, I can't believe he fell for it, but he's young, man." But he was just like, "Look, man, I can't force this dude to like me." You know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is. I can't force a guy to like me, whatever it's gonna be. When I say forced into, I mean like being poked and prodded by the reporter. The reporter said something stupid like, "Oh, what if they jump you?" He's like, "Of course I'm gonna defend myself." And you know, it's just like I said. Bottom line is Nick Young has to go. And was it Anonymous Laker Nerd? He says, "Man, we keep defending guys as doing stuff that's wrong and blah blah blah, yada yada yada." I think in the last video, I was just talking about the culture of the NBA, right? It's just the culture of the NBA. That's just the way it is. Whether you choose to believe it or not, this is what happens. And a lot of the top name free agents, not even really talking about the lower end guys or all players. I'm just saying general throughout the NBA, a lot of players, many players are notorious for, I mean, just type in a player and type in baby mama. You'll see all types of stuff, right? So, like I said, it's not that I'm defending Nick Young. He has to get off the team. But, and thanks, Eric Orozco, for just subscribing to me. I just got that on my, So, yeah, man. So that's pretty much that. It's not like I'm defending the guy, but I'm just saying, situation is what it is. This stuff happens in the NBA, whether we choose to believe it or not. And that may be a thing that free agents look at and be like, I don't know, dog. But oftentimes, when things happen like that, hopefully the guy learns from it. And I'm pretty sure he'd be the last person that would tape you record after this. I mean, if you still taping somebody after this, then I mean, D'Angelo Russell's probably the safest player to play with when it comes to that, because he has a reputation. So he's going to be the last person to tape you. So, I mean, it's just like, I don't want to go into a rant, but you know, airplanes are some of the safest ways to travel. It's probably safer than driving, because you know, the little terrorist act that made more, that beefed up the security. So riding a plane is actually safer. So it's like, who knows, man? I don't know, but it's your boy D Star. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace, and don't forget to share.